Okay, so vegetable garden time. These are my, just to add extra tomato plants, I put them in here. The Dateri and the Yipe stripes have done so well. I keep grabbing them before they're ripe, so you guys aren't really getting a nice view of them, but maybe this one. They've had some leaf-footed bug damage. So you can kind of see, I mean, there's spots, but you can see that there's stripes. Red and like translucent stripes. I'm not eating that one. I'll leave it out for the chickens when I let them out. There we go. Let's do that while we're here. Happy to see some loofahs growing in on the loofah vines. Come on, guys. All right. Okay, so vegetable garden. Have been bagging my tomatoes because of the leaf-footed bugs and tomato hornworms, which this is a great example. Hey, girls. Of what happens when they come along. So I did get some old German tomatoes. They're like yellow with red stripes, and I need to come in here and like bag some of these other ones before the leaf-footed bugs get to them. I did preemptively bag some like flower heads. I don't know if they'll actually make, tomatoes though. This is the kind of stuff I'm gonna come out and bag before the leaf-footed bugs get on, but my goodness, these are tall. And so next week, hopefully by the end of next week, I'm gonna start some dwarf tomatoes, and in August, when these pretty much are all shot and done, I'm gonna yank them out and put the dwarfs in here. Those will only grow about this tall. I'm gonna try and put one of those like mesh tents over the top, see if it keeps the bugs off a little better. The sweet potatoes are running. I'm so excited to see these sugar canes, like they're so amazing. A lot of the reseeds that I put along the back for the rattlesnake beans are starting to come up. You can see a lot more green at the bottom. I put in just rando zinnia seeds in here, so we'll see if they come to fruition. So this is, come on. This is a sesame. So they make these tubular flowers like that, and then they'll make a little pod full of sesame seeds. And these flowers, like I said, they could be pink or they could be white. I'm excited to see either. I did a really thick row, and then honestly didn't actually thin them out. As you could tell, the strong ones get tall, the low ones stay down, the weak ones stay low. I don't really need to thin these out to get production. 2 more sweet potato vines that are starting to vine. I've got this Everglades tomato. I've never run it up at y'all's. It is so tall. There's even some at the very, very top. I can't even reach those tomatoes. The muscadine grapevine is looking rough. I don't know. I think this is some kind of disease. And it is what it is, right? That's why I'm growing these grapes. Like, they'll either make it or they won't. I don't have time to baby them, right? So we have tons of grapes coming on. Hopefully they'll reach fruition and I'll get some grapes. If not, I'm not gonna cry. I might yank that grape out. So Pippin's Golden Honey starts out green, and then it's gonna turn this really brilliant kind of purple color, and then it'll turn like this really pretty orange golden color. So I'm just kind of monitoring that. There's so many flowers on this one now. It makes my heart happy. The Appion is going bananas. I cut this stuff back, and then it just comes back. So I just gotta keep cutting it. Dahlia is coming back that I cut down. This nice shady corner, the variegated shampoo ginger loves that corner. The French sorrel's gone to seed. I am still getting some beans off of the, you can see there's a bean tendril off of the rattlesnake beans I put out here. You just kind of see it growing amongst. Those are actually runner beans because they're from down here. But I've been trying to keep this watered. Gonna put some perennial onions in here. This is a perennial bed in the vegetable garden because it gets so much shade, right? That's why I grow perennial greens in here. French sorrel, perennial kale. I mean, it looks rotten right now because it's the dead of summer, but in the fall, these look amazing and beautiful. But yeah, stevia is perennial in our area, so I put one here, right there. And I'm gonna bring some perennial onions and some elephant garlic that is also perennial, and I'm gonna put those in this bed. Probably gonna cut this down even more, this dahlia. It honestly shades out everything so bad in the summer. I don't know if I can keep it in this bed, but I'm going to. I might dig up the tubers. I love this dahlia so much. I don't know that I'm gonna mess with it, to be honest with you. There's plenty of space here. I just got to chop down, get the machete and chop this stuff down a little finer so I can plant into it. Okay, so I've been redirecting these melon vines every day. As you can see, I need to do it again. Okay. I don't have any melons yet, but there are so many flowers on these vines. One of these, like I said, I showed you last time, has hit the trellis. We'll see if that grows up. But I'm just putting them on the ground, hoping, you know, I don't know if melons root really touch the ground or not. I've never really paid attention. But like all males, right? I have not seen any female flowers yet, but that's how melons are, right? Their first flush is going to be males, and then they'll put out female flowers, and I might get some melons this year. They're like a cantaloupe style melon. So I'm really excited. Honestly, I have ignored my sedums this year, and they all look so amazing. I've done nothing with these sedums. They've gotten more shade this year because this grapevine now is like over here, so I think that the shade created by this grapevine is what has made, it's a very dry corner, that's why I put sedums here, but they've always struggled so bad in this time of the year. But I think because of the shade, probably this ladder doesn't hurt either, which I really need to get put up. I think that's why they're doing so well this year, so I'm happy about that. I guess that's it. Like, I don't ever really show you guys the ugly corner too much, but you know, compost. This is all compost. It's ugly. There's flies. Let me put this lid back on. I keep hoping it'll rain in there. And I have weeded over here, but the thing is, the water just washes out right along here. And in here, you can see there's no mulch here. It just washes out. I have these staggered pavers to try and cut back on that, but there's really not much to do. If I could afford stone, I would put stone down, but I can't. So it's just something we deal with. But hi, Bubba. Anyway, that's it for the vegetable garden, guys. But I'm really pleased. We've got tomatoes coming in. We've got marigolds growing up. I've got basil. I've got peppers. I've got sesame coming in. Hopefully I'll have some zinnias coming up. Sweet potatoes growing. Beans. Tomatoes. Sugarcane. It's not a lot of the fast food that you can normally get out of a garden, but it's stuff that makes me happy and it brings me joy. So I'm pretty happy about that.